Hello, everybody. My name is Chris, the Batman Statue Collector, and I am joined by the amazing Dan Dufault from Wayne Manor North. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, Mr. Collector. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Excellent.
We were just talking before the show about how busy life has been lately. It seems like we're both baseball families, so we having a night off is kind of rare, it seems like, these days.
It sure is.
But how have you been?
Been great. Yeah, been great. Been running around like a crazy person, as you said. Baseball season in full swing, and thanks to COVID, everybody is extremely gung ho to get back to it. So it's been great though.
Yeah, it's almost like you go out and about, and it almost feels like things are back to normal, and then you might see something that's not, and you're like, oh yeah,
oh no,
it's not quite back to normal yet.
We were in 3 different airports over the weekend, and you would never know there was a global pandemic. That's for sure. Other than the masks, you'd never know it.
Yeah, it seems like it's big time packed lately.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, basically what we're doing tonight is we are going to do a live double Lego build, which is going to be fun, but there's a twist. Now, you would think that I would be doing a Batman Lego, but I am not. I'm actually doing this Lego right here. This is the Iron Man Lego helmet. Let me go a little bit bigger here so you guys can see it, which I am really excited about. A lot of you guys know if I wasn't collecting Batman, I would be collecting Iron Man. And then Dan on the other side has this one right here.
The good stuff. This is from the helmet series, Lego set 76182. And this is the Batman cowl. And as you can see, we've got the Keaton logo or bat symbol there. Even though they don't call this out as a Keaton cowl, a lot of people kind of apply that name to it. But it's a good one.
Yeah, it looks really good. And I sent you an image. It seems like they are maybe going to be doing a 60s Batman.
They have announced that. They actually released the official pictures of the...
Oh, did they? So I guess that was legit cowl. Then. That's great.
You know what's funny, though, with the 66 cowl, a lot of people with this one, they're like, I'm not sure if I like it, without the face in there or whatever. And I don't know. I like it. It's cool. It's a nice little set. I think it's a nice accent piece. The Batman 66, there's actually even less to it than this one. So, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I want to take a closer look once they release more pictures. But this one's pretty cool. Here's the back of the box. 410 pieces. There you go. But it's pretty cool, the imagery that they put on the back there at the bottom. And
yeah, they put some Jim Lee on the back.
Yeah, pretty nice.
So is the bottom of the cowl just like some clear pieces?
Yeah, it's like a clear, you guys will see it once we get building. It's like a clear post almost. It's like kind of where Batman would have, rest his cowl if he had it in the cave. But it's cool. It's got the whited out eyes, which is kind of neat, gives it that sonar look a little bit.
That's awesome. Let me show you guys the back of the Iron Man box.
Yep.
It also has some nice imagery from the movies, obviously. Less comic book like. So this is actually from the Avengers. And there's the side if anybody wants to check it out. But these are really great. How much do these retail for, Dan?
Anywhere from about 50 to 70 US dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have a whole bunch of these. They have mostly Star Wars.
Yep.
They have like Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers and Boba Fett and some of those.
Yep.
But as for the superhero helmets, I think, is it just Iron Man and Batman so far, or do they have some other ones?
They actually released a couple this year. So they have a Venom. So not so much a helmet, but a head.
Right.
Venom and Carnage they released.
That's right. So, I had seen those, and they looked really good, I thought.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really, it's really creative how they put these things together, and yeah, really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let me say hello to a few people before we get started, and then we'll get going, guys.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Chester Smith is here. He says, hi, I am the first one here. I'm glad that you're here. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Eric B is in the house. Hey, Eric.
Hey,
Eric will be joining us tomorrow night, and I don't think maybe Dan will be here. Maybe he won't. I'm hoping he is. Fingers crossed. But we'll have Queen Studios on the show tomorrow night for Rogues Gallery Live if anybody's watching. And that'll be a very special show. And they have promised that they're going to have some exclusive reveals for our show.
Awesome.
Really, really excited about that. They're going to be sending me the photos and the videos tonight. So I can't wait for that show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So join us if you can. Dan, if you can. If not, I understand. Let's see. We've got Borg Cube 1 of 2, and actually Borg 1 of 2 just became a Brotherhood member.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for becoming a member. That's awesome. He hit the join button down below, so thank you very much. That really is awesome. Thank you. Another member is here, Mike Stainbrook in the house, always with us. He says, hey, Chris and Dan.
Hey, Mike.
Thanks for being here. We've got Alfonso Adam. He says, yes, Lego builds with Dan. That's awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
Nice.
He's saying hello to everybody. We've got Patrick Riley, another member. He says hello or howdy all. Hello to you. Hope you're well. Dennis in the house. Let's see. Alfonso says, I thought we were going to do a Batmobile build race. There you go. Well, Dan could probably start tonight and still get further than I am right now. What are we? I'm getting ready for build number 5, I think, is where I'm at right now. So we'll see. And then Alfonso's laughing at us. So there we go. So those are the folks that are here so far. I'll try to pipe in here and there with people that are here. But basically, we're just going to be building at the same time. I'm going to be building Iron Man, and Dan is going to be building the Batman.
Chris, how many pieces is the Iron Man helmet?
Let's see. We have 480 pieces.
Wow, so pretty comparable. That's a few more pieces. You know, one of the reasons why that's set. So, you know, for the folks that are on. Other than collecting Batman-related items, I also am a Lego collector. So I actually have a Lego room, if you will, a hobby room in another part of my house. But so I'm kind of a big Lego fan, an adult fan of Lego, as we're called. But I can tell you that Iron Man set, one of the reasons, that's actually a highly sought-after set these days in the helmet because the gold pieces on there are fairly rare. The metallic gold Lego pieces is not something that Lego does a lot of. So a lot of Lego fans purchasing that set just for the gold pieces.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I guess I never really thought about any pieces being kind of metallic or shiny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's
it's a really neat looking piece.
That is really, really cool. Well, that's great to know.
I think we should crack them open.
I think we should. Let's do it.
Yep.
I'm going to lower my screen a little bit, guys, so you can there my camera. So you guys can kind of see it's working a little bit.
Got the manual here.
Let's see how many bags we got.
What the manual looks like.
Well, I've got some stickers right there for the eyes.
You guys are going to have to pardon the bag noise. These bags make an awful noise. You'll listen to them on YouTube.
Look at these nice books, though. These are really nice.
I know, they are awesome.
Hey, James. James Grimm is here. He says, what's up, Bat fam?
Hey, James.
Matt T is in the house. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Well, this is a really nice book.
Matt T's in the house. Matt is a fellow Batman statue collector, Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles member, where he too is waiting for the Harley from XM, the Samurai Harley.
Yes. No notice on shipping just yet, though. Yeah. It seems like she is shipping overseas.
Yeah.
But I have not seen anything at all in the United States. I just messaged you the other day because I was curious as to if you've heard any rumblings.
Nothing.
I am sure that you are very anxious.
I think somebody from XM, I can't remember who it was. Somebody posted today a picture of her. It seems like things are heating up around her, so I'm kind of hopeful that we get something soon. You know,
I feel like you'll have her by mid-July. I just kind of feel like, hopefully she's already on her way.
That's the hope. But those production pictures, the few that I've seen, look really good.
Dump out the pieces here. So we've got 4 bags. Do you have 4 bags on yours as well?
I have 3 bags.
3 bags. Okay.
Yeah. Bag 1 is pretty sizable. Bag 2 is pretty sizable as well, but I've got 70 fewer pieces than you. So.
We've got an Imperial Spy. I like it. Lego Imperial Spy is here because I'm watching you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome.
It's always nice to have some Lego family join us.
Awesome. Imperial Spy.
I love it. We are primarily a high-end statue collecting channel, but it's very fun to do some Lego stuff every once in a while. Dan and I are big Lego fans and are outside of our collecting world.
That's right.
Which is exciting.
That is right. Yeah, we have more than a couple things in common, you and I.
Oh, yes, we do. For sure. For sure. All right. Well, let's get started.
Yeah.
Hopefully this one will not be as complicated as the Batmobile.
I really enjoyed watching you build the Batmobile.
I tell you, watching me squirm, really, it's like we talked about it before, but it's like trying to, talk and do the, see what people are saying and, trying to concentrate.
Yep.
And it's all like black pieces. So it's really difficult to see what you're doing.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
I'm kind of happy I got some red. You're the one having to deal with the black tonight.
I've got a little bit of black over here myself.
Yes.
I can tell you that, it's funny. There's a real science to it. If you read anything about Lego and how they're engineered, the color delineation on the interiors of models and the exteriors of models are, there's a real science to like the color separation and that kind of thing. You'll notice that these are marked 18 plus. The reason why the helmet series are marked 18 plus is not necessarily level of difficulty or complexity. It's because the limitation or the limited number of colors that are used to achieve the right look.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, because younger kids have a difficult time with these, but something tells me they're better at it than me. I don't know.
I was going to say they probably are.
We've been a big Lego family. My son was a big Lego fan growing up, and he'd build the stuff much faster than me.
I love it. Just like anything else, technology or
yep,
whatever.
Yep. But I'd be interested to. I wonder if anybody else in the chat have any interest in or build Lego on the side. That'd be kind of.
Yeah, let us know, guys. Do you collect Legos in the chat? See what they are saying about collecting. I'm excited. I know you've been busy, and I'm still anxious for you to do your reveal of your wall. I really want you to film that.
The wall.
Yes.
Yes, the wall. I actually recently put a couple of little lights in it.
Really?
You can actually see in there.
It's so neat. I've never seen anything quite like it, but I love it.
It's not terribly complex. I've seen some real complex ones on YouTube. If you just search that, it's wow. Like wow is all I can say. People put tens of thousands of Lego bricks into the wall, and
that's crazy.
It gets pretty impressive. Yeah.
I have seen a couple like where they do like the corners, like they'll rip out the corner and just do a corner with all the different color pieces.
It's crazy. That's much, much more difficult than it looks.
I believe it. Nicholas Capote says, "Hey everyone, hello to you, Nicholas."
Hey Nicholas,
and,
what's happening?
Mike just said, "Yeah, I almost bought this Iron Man helmet the other day. That's awesome."
Yep.
Yeah, it's like Dan said, if you could find one, might be a good idea to go ahead and pick it up.
Yep. Yeah, the Star Wars ones are really cool. I actually have the only ones I haven't picked up the Venom of the Carnage. It's not really my thing per se. I mean, they look really cool, but not for my personal collection. But I have the Star Wars ones, and they're all fantastic builds. Nice little models, and they're great.
Well, that'll have to be another video, just you showing us what you have. Like, we've seen your Wayne Manor North stuff, but it would be neat to see your other collection.
It's pretty substantial, I'd say.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. I tell people it's therapeutic, actually.
Yes, it is. Eric says, "I have a Lego display room. I do builds with my daughter." That's awesome.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. Super, super fun.
Alfonso says, "I bought the Ghostbusters car for my older brother. He has many, like the Mickey boat." Oh, I love that one. That one's fantastic. Great. Star Wars robot from the latest films. That's awesome. My biggest set that I've ever built is the Disney Castle, which is just
Do you have that one in
phenomenal.
the house, Chris? Is that your Disney room?
It's actually at the school. It's at work.
Cool. Yep.
It was interesting getting it to work because I brought it intact.
How did you get it there without? I mean,
it was awkward. Yeah, it was awkward, but made it happen. I really thought the kids there would really appreciate seeing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful build. We have that one here. Actually bought a second one. So website popular in the Lego community called rebrickable.com, where people they use Lego designer software, and they design builds where they take an existing set, in this case the Disney castle, they design something completely different with the parts that are in that set.
That's awesome.
And somebody on Rebrickable, they designed it's a costume shop, and the architecture looks like something that you'd see on Main Street in Disney World. You know, it's just this really Americana turn of the 20th century kind of style costume shop. Really, really nice. And so my wife and I actually built that this winter, and really, really fun build. Really.
So
fun.
you just basically buy a second set then?
Bought a second set. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have the Disneyland train station?
We do not, but that one is on my list. And
mine too.
That's one that I feel like if I don't pick that up, I'm going to regret it.
Yeah,
it's a really nice train set.
I'm right there with you, but the thing that bothers me about it is that I have the Cinderella Walt Disney World Castle.
Yeah,
the train station's Disneyland.
It's a Disneyland.
I wish it was the Disney World train station.
Yeah.
Just because it's a lot bigger in real life.
Yep.
But I don't know. Like that part bothers me for some reason.
Oh, it's the perfectionist in you, Chris.
I know. It is. Let's see. How complex was the Disney castle to build? I can just say for me, it took 7 hours straight. I don't know how long it took you to build it, but I don't know if I'd say it's complex. So there are some like things on the turrets and some of that stuff that's a little bit complex maybe.
One thing with the Disney castle is that it is 100% what they call brick built in Lego land. It doesn't have the Technic pieces like these pieces here where you've got axles and these connectors and stuff. It's called Technic, and the castle is all brick. It doesn't have the Technic, and the Technic is what's difficult, and that's why Chris the Batmobile is such a challenge.
It is. It's black Technic pieces, so it's like
black Technic.
I'm putting it in a dim lit room, and I'm trying to like see what I'm doing. I'm even having trouble seeing these because the red's so dark.
Well,
they did red on black, so it's it's that dark maroon.
Well, I can tell you that Lego has officially discontinued the black backgrounds for their manuals. You won't see those anymore.
That's great. Yeah, this would have been great if it was white.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people complain.
I could see why. It's kind of difficult to.
Yep,
see
it
what
definitely is. Matter of fact, a lot of the times when I build, when I have the opportunity these days, it's been a little busy, but I actually will pull up the instructions on my iPad, actually, which is what I'm speaking to you on now. Yeah, because it's just nice and bright and a little bit easier.
Easier to see.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, like this one's black. You know what's funny though? The more you build Lego, you do kind of get used to reading the manual. Like you get used to that. Like it's funny how they illustrate black. They use white outlines on the pieces, and that's how you know the difference between like black and dark gray.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is kind of neat. Clear.
Oh, we got the random green piece here in the Iron Man set.
Yeah, yeah. They usually will do that for a reason. Like that's going to be a, like a reference point almost for another part of the build usually, so that it's easier to ID where something goes. But
that's what I've got so far. If anybody's playing along at home.
Yeah, with these helmets, you always start with the base. So I've got a similar situation here. Yep.
It's neat. Let's see if you're Brad Ladner's in the house. He says, waspy kisses all around. Hey, Brad, how's it going, sir?
Hey, Brad, what's happening, man?
Lego Calrissian. That is fantastic. I love that name. That is awesome. We got Ed 5 in the house.
Ed 5.
Evan says we're almost to 30 likes, so thank you very much. Appreciate that. Would love to see some pictures of these completed. Yeah, absolutely, Nicholas.
So
yes, we would too. We'll definitely post. How about we post those in the group?
Yep.
Batman Statue Collector group. We'll definitely do that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Lego Calrissian. That has got to be the best name ever, I think.
Lego Calrissian.
I love it. Got some bright orange pieces.
I think,
definitely easy to see.
I think getting back to that Cinderella Castle, I think that one, Chris, is going to be one that's highly sought after once they retire it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you follow the creators where they try to get builds approved, where they submit. Have you ever done?
Absolutely. Yeah, the Lego ideas. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the one that I want made the most is the Haunted Mansion from Disney.
Oh, you and me both.
There have been some people that have made that, the Florida version at least.
Yep.
And it looks phenomenal. Like, it looks so good, and it uses all the Lego, like the castle brick, it looks so impressive. And I'm really, really hoping that we get one of those at some point, because I think that'll sell like crazy, because so many people love the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, I that's very true. But like you, I want the Florida version. There's actually a Lego Ideas in there right now. If you go on that website, that has somebody did the Disneyland version, and I think it's close to having enough support for consideration, which is 10,000 support votes is what you need to get considered by Lego, and I think it's close. But for me, I really want the Florida one.
Well, the Florida one, it just has more character. I mean, the Disneyland one has character also. Sure. But I just feel like it's just so much creepier. It's supposed to be like, like the top has like the chess pieces at the top. Did you know that's what that was? Yeah. Yep. Just really cool. But so we'll see. We'll see if we.
Do you guys pick up any of the Hallmark ornaments at Christmas?
We have a couple of them. We always have this goal that we're going to have this Disney Christmas tree every year, and then we never do. So that is something that we definitely have picked up here and there. We've also picked up a bunch of the Disney magnets from the parks, which are $50 a piece, or insanely expensive.
Wow.
But we specifically like the attraction ones. Like, we're ride people, so we really like the attraction.
Yep. They the reason I asked is this past Christmas, Hallmark does their big release of ornaments in the fall. They do like a sneak peek in the I think in July kind of time frame, and then they do the big release in the fall before Christmas. And I know that they did one of the hitchhiking ghosts from Haunted Mansion, and it was the most popular ornament they released. It was awesome. Really hard to get. The only reason I got one is my niece at the time was working at a Hallmark store part-time, and she was able to get one for me, but they were really hard to get.
Well, I might have a solution for that in the future. I've got a friend that I went to art school with, and he is one of their lead designers.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Really?
His name is Jake Angel. He works in the Kansas City area at their Hallmark there. Wow. And he's very, very talented.
Wow. That's a cool job.
Yes. He's a lot of times at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City. That's when I get to see him, because he's real busy. But it's just so cool to know somebody that actually works on those things.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, it's funny. Now that you mentioned that, I had forgot about it until you just mentioned it. When the one time I had the opportunity to get out to San Diego Comic-Con in 2014, Hallmark had a giant booth there. Actually, it was very close to the DC booth.
That's cool.
Yeah, giant booth. Yeah.
Are you going to New York Comic Con?
I'm not sure. We've been to New York several times actually, and it is a great show. I'm kind of interested to know what they're going to do differently in light of, coming out of COVID. Is it how lockdowns are going to be? Are there going to be all kinds of weird rules in place? And I mean, it's not to the level of craziness as a San Diego. San Diego, I'd never experienced crowds like that. It's you're literally shoulder to shoulder with people the entire time. It's nuts. And New York is close, but not quite as bad. But I don't know if it's going to be all locked down and weird. I'm not sure if I want to go.
Yeah,
but it is a great event. It's a great event. It's other than San Diego. I mean, it's where the statue companies are.
Yes, that's right.
It's the only other one, and they all set up. Sideshow in the past, when I've never seen them do anything, huge. They're there, but it's not anything terribly big. XM had a nice show. I mean, the last one was 2019, and I did go to that one, and Sideshow had a good booth. It wasn't great. Actually, I sent you some video. You had some video on the channel from it.
That's right.
So, it was good, but Kubatakaya has a big booth there usually. They have a pretty sizable showing. Who else? I'm trying to think of who had the bigger ones, but
is it hard to get tickets now for New York, or is it?
I don't know what it's like for this year. I think it's like most things, you got to get there, get in early.
Yeah.
What's funny is I think what's harder than even tickets to the event are things like hotels and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I could see that.
And
we're maybe supposed to go back to New York area this fall. I can't remember when the actual event falls this year. But we have a family member that goes to Yale. And he was supposed to play football last year, but of course it got canceled because of COVID.
Yep.
And he'll get to play this year. He got a full ride there.
Wow.
Very good grades as well. So we're really excited for him.
That's cool. Wow. That's awesome. What an opportunity.
Yes. So hopefully we'll get to come up there and see him play. At least that's the plan anyway.
Yep. Well, I am getting there. It looks so small. I show it like that.
That's what I got right there so far.
Yeah, the stand is getting there. Nothing terribly interesting yet, but we are getting there.
And I don't even know if this is the stand. I think this is the part of that. I think this is the helmet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks like the helmet. That's interesting.
I think that's what I'm working on.
That they're starting with that.
Yeah. I thought so too. We're getting there from the.
Yeah.
Probably have about 30 pieces left here.
So where did you say that you are at with the Batmobile?
I am. Well, I don't. Let's see. What was I? Maybe bag 15.
Okay.
16, 14, 15, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Not as far as I'd like to be. It is. I've thought about actually just, working on it a little bit, not filming it.
Yeah.
But then I didn't know if people would be upset with that. So I'm like, maybe I'll just wait.
You'll cheated out of watching your suffering.
That's right. I know. That's right. Let's see. Board Cube 102 says they just moved the Fan Expo out a few months, which is held in Toronto. Yeah, it seems like a couple of people are still doing that. Evan says there are some new Lego helmet sets coming out this summer of 2021. So
has he heard which ones?
Yeah, Evan, which ones have you heard? Would love to hear, because I have not heard of anything. I've heard of there's some brickhead sets because I collect the brickheads. at work, I have all those on display.
Yep.
I've got about 20 of them.
Yeah, there's quite a few of those.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of new sets coming out with Harry Potter and some new Disney ones. They have like Daisy Duck.
Yep.
I have all the Disney ones.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those.
Yeah, they're fun. I guess they just really didn't catch on like they were hoping.
They keep making them.
Yeah, and that's the great thing is because for a while there they were kind of stopped. But I just don't think that they sell like they wanted them to.
Right.
Because they are a little weird. I mean, they're a little different.
You never know what's going to catch on.
You don't. Well, they were trying to catch on to the Funko Pop craze.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too when they
at the $10 price point, they're like $9.95 or whatever.
Yep.
So
right.
They're pretty affordable.
I think they kind of do look cool when they're all like displayed together,
I think so.
I think they look kind of neat.
I've got a whole bunch of Star Wars ones, and I've got the Harry Potter ones.
Yeah.
And I think they're a lot of fun.
Yep.
Let's see. Justin's giving us some corn. That's awesome.
Some corn. Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Evan says Lego Darth Vader helmet. Yeah, I've seen that one, Evan. Yep. And the speeder bike.
Yes, Scout Trooper, yeah.
The Pimbricas say, I see Doomsday. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I see Doomsday.
Let me
sneak preview.
There's Doomsday. Yeah, I just filmed the review. This is the XM Studios prototype right here, guys.
How sweet is that?
So, yeah, that's coming up tomorrow.
That is
along as is Rogues Gallery Live, so it'll be a busy day on the channel. But
Chris, you're frozen.
Yeah, this thing is that's great.
There you go. You're back. You are back.
I'm not sure if I'm frozen or if Dan.
You were a second ago.
Let's see. Yeah, I was going to say I couldn't tell if you were frozen or if it was me.
Yeah. I think...
has anyone else muted the show and put endless love on the record player while staring at Dan?
Oh, is that Arch? Oh, yeah.
That's got to be Ark. Yeah, that's Ark. Yep. I just finished editing his featured collector video, so that'll be coming out soon. So, man, he has an outstanding collection, like just crazy good collection. That's awesome. Really, really cool. So that'll be coming up.
Is he playing Barry White music? And
no, he's actually. I mean, he actually took it very seriously. It's just like regular old Arch.
That's going to kind of freak me out a little bit, Arch.
I know. I kept waiting for the the shoe to drop, and like it was like, okay, well, this is great.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, that's about the size of it.
That's right. So anyway,
anywho,
yeah, Lego Calrissian says, "Oh wow, Doomsday looks sick." Yes, he does. He is crazy piece. Excited for everybody to see the review tomorrow. It is massive. Give you guys an update of where I'm at there. A lot of orange and blue all of a sudden.
Look at that.
But yeah, it's getting there. Slowly but surely. Let's see.
Chris, do you have anything coming in anytime soon?
Well, I am still supposed to be getting the Iron Studios Joker.
The elusive.
The elusive. There's apparently one in existence that we've seen photos of.
One in existence.
Yeah. I have still gone back and forth about whether to keep him or not. I know everybody else in my friendship circle here is canceled.
We bailed.
We bailed.
We definitely did.
and I'm trying to remember. See, I don't think you were not at our reveal show that we did that Prime 1 night. What do you think of that new Joker?
Oh boy, you're gonna ask me that on the air, huh?
Yep, live in front of everybody.
Live in front of everybody. At the risk of sounding negative, I'm going to say that I don't care for it. It
Okay.
is, and I've seen a few other people who share my perspective on the anatomy. There's something that seems off. I don't know if it's his body position or there's something with he's got that right arm elevated and his shoulder looks weird. And I don't know. There's just something off about him. And I don't know what it is.
Well, I have not heard that, but I have heard a ton of people, they hate the smoke. Like they don't like the green smoke on it.
And that, I mean, the anatomy is only one piece for me. The smoke is another. I think it's just overdone. It didn't need to be that. And it's funny to me, it's like your eye immediately goes to that because you've got this big, bright green blob, and Joker is kind of, I know he's in purple, but it's not bright green. And your eye goes, I think, to the bright green. And I don't know if you were to ask, and I don't remember who in the group, if it was even you might have done this, where I like the Iron Studios one better. No question, hands down. I like the Iron Studios one better. But
I don't know. I do like them both for different reasons.
Yeah.
My plan right now, as of right now, this moment, I'm going to get both.
Yep.
Because I'm not smart. That's just the long and the short of it. I'm a glutton for punishment. But I do really love the Capullo face on the Iron Studios.
Oh yeah, me too.
But then there's probably like Eric or somebody that pointed out like, well, the suit isn't right though. Like it's not the correct suit. I'm like, oh crap. Now what do I do?
Is that true? Really?
That's what they said, and I need to go back and like look. See if
I'm a
that's
huge
right.
Capullo fan, and that makes me feel like less of a fan. Although Eric's usually right about those things. So
yeah. So that bothers me a bit. And then the other Joker I really like too. And I really like the different face sculpts. I think for me I want to have the Jim Lee Hush, even though Jim Lee Hush Joker is not my favorite Joker. Like I don't like that look as much with the long nose. Right. But I feel like I have to have him up there with my Batman up there, side by side with my Hush Batman. So
I see that. Yeah. I think for me on that for the Prime 1 piece, the portraits are the best aspect of it for me. The level of detail is greater, I think, in the portraits than any other part of the statue. The paint is more detailed. There you go. Look at that.
That's bag one.
That's bag one. Nice.
There it is. Nice. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the portraits look great. So on a positive note, there's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not for me. And especially, you compare it to what Tweeterhead did with their recent release. And for me, I know the scale obviously isn't, the scale aside, that piece is phenomenal. I can tell you what I am looking forward to from Prime 1. It's to see if they're going to do Punchline with Joker like they did in that digital drawing reveal back.
I do wonder, and this is just me speculating, but I wonder if they'll do that and then do a separate just her with a different base like they did with Zatanna. Oh,
like the Queen setup with the
kind of, but like how they did with Zatanna, they had the big base with the stage.
Oh yes, yep.
And then they had a separate one with a smaller base.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would offer that because there's going to be some people that just want her alone.
Well, and I think, the cost of these pieces it continues to just go up and up and up and up and up. I mean, are there that many people that are spending $4,000 for these? I mean, how much would a statue be of the both of them? Right.
Yeah. it's going to be crazy. I'm going to do a video here real soon about this topic, about statue costs, and what I feel like is kind of going on with it. But we don't have a price point for that Batman versus Joker. What did you think of that one?
I think it's phenomenal. I think it's going to cost a fortune.
Is it one that you will pick up?
No. It's too much space. I don't have real estate to commit to that. I mean, I've got a couple of bigger pieces, actually 3 of them, that are PO'd, and I know they're probably, out on the far horizon right now, but I've got the Hush Batcave Batman, I've got the Fabok Batman, and I've got the Harley Arkham City. And the 3 of them are fairly sizable pieces. And so to put a piece that, I mean, how big is that thing going to be? It's going to be enormous. Just the cape, the cape's got to be. I know, I think I might have mentioned it actually on Rogue's, I don't know, show or 2 back, where I had, when I had Marvel pieces in my collection, I had Falcon, and his wingspan was 31 inches, and it made him super hard to display, real hard. To find the right space for him was difficult. As a matter of fact, I had him for, I don't know, a few years. And most recently, when I still had him, I had displayed him without his wings, which was a nice option to be able to do, because it was just too difficult, too much of a space commitment. So,
Well, these pieces have started second guessing now the life-size bust thing. As I'm looking at giant Batman over here, I mean, he is just so big. I don't know.
He's enormous.
He is enormous, and I'm to a point that I have to choose. Like, I have to go down one path or the other. I don't think I can do both.
Do you find yourself? Well, although with him, I mean, he's a whole torso and everything. I mean, he's half a dude. So it's just gonna. I mean, a lot of the busts, of course, are true busts where they're just shoulders up, and I would miss the rest of the figure. And you always talk about story and what story does the piece convey. I think I would miss the rest of the figure, with busts. But
it's like I've heard, in the videos that I've posted, so many people say, why don't they just do the legs? And I'm like, that's a great point. Why didn't
yeah.
I don't know if legs would have added, another $2,000 to the price point, maybe.
Right.
But that's a good point. If you take away the 6-inch base, and just put a belt on it and put some legs. But then again, do I really want a full-size figure in the room? And the answer is no, I don't.
Yeah. Talk about space commitment.
Yeah.
And I mean, a couple of the pieces that you've talked about, I know you've got the Harley, the Margot Harley. She's going to be sizable, because she's a torso, and both arms and the whole bit. And I would think the Ledger Joker, although he hasn't been up for order yet, right?
No. And, with the Margot Robbie, I really want to get her. I really want to review her. Yeah. I am second guessing it. The Ledger Joker will be a if it looks good, if it turns out well, it's going to be a piece that I get no matter what. It's going to be because it doesn't matter how I feel about anything else. Like, I really want a good Heath Ledger display. My favorite, I absolutely love the Queen Studios one that's sitting down here. Like, it is.
Yep.
The more I see pictures posted of him, the more I see him in my own collection. Like, I'm like, this is one of the best Jokers ever done.
Yeah.
With Heath Ledger, and I'm just so glad I went ahead and bought him. I'm going to open up bag 2. Are you ready for bag 2?
I am. Go ahead. I'm like 10
okay.
pieces away. So.
I wanted to kind of stay on pace.
Oh no, we're good. We're good.
But I'll get the Heath Ledger Joker one regardless.
Yeah, I mean, of any of them, that's the one that I could see you absolutely needing in your collection.
We're going to see the Infinity Studios Catwoman here real soon. I'm guessing maybe at Wonderfest. Wonderfest is this week, so it's going to be really exciting to see what companies have in store for us.
That's for sure. Hey, you know what's funny? Speaking of Joker, as I mentioned, I was on a plane this weekend, and I downloaded some movies to my iPad, and I rewatched Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And I am one of the rare few, I think, anyways, that really like that movie. And it's funny, I watched it, and I don't know, for some reason, watching a movie on a plane is a different experience than watching one anywhere else.
Yes.
I was paying attention to Leto's performance as Joker, and the aesthetic that they chose for him, the gangster style, I'm not a big fan of. I think it kind of ruined it for me. But if I take that out and put him in a different Joker costume, different design, if you will, aesthetic, he did an awesome job. I mean, he is a truly scary, dark Joker.
He is.
Yeah, it's too bad. I don't like the way he was written, the aesthetic. But other than that, man, he was good.
You know, I am glad you said that, because I've always felt that way too. I remember watching it in the theater. I thought the movie was so hum, especially the ending was not great.
Yeah, right.
And it was supposed to be the Joker, but he was supposed to be the main bad guy, which would have made sense. And whatever.
Right.
And maybe we'll get the ire cut. I don't know, but probably not. But anyway, I felt the exact same way. Like every single time he was on screen, I'm like, this is awesome. Like he did a really creepy job. Is it the Joker that I like? No. And do you immediately compare it to Heath Ledger? Yes.
Right.
Which is, going to happen. But I felt the same way. I thought all the scenes with him and Harley were great.
Yep.
The rest of the movie, I was like, eh. But I did really like Harley.
You didn't like the Ghostbusters ending?
So bad.
So bad.
Just, ugh.
You have to wonder, like, when they sit around and they're doing, never mind dailies, but if they're doing checkpoints on the movie and they look at that, who's sitting in the room from the studio that looks at that and says, yes, that's fantastic.
I don't get it. It's like all of these think tanks and everything else. It's like, this is not what people want to see. Exactly. But they try to cater to the general public.
Right.
And that doesn't work.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Which is what's happened with just about every other Warner Brothers film.
Yep.
With the exception of maybe Wonder Woman and maybe Aquaman.
The sad truth.
But it is what it is.
How did you feel? I don't remember. How did you feel about Aquaman?
I enjoyed it, but I've seen it once.
Yeah, me too.
I saw it at the theater and went with my family, and that was it. I don't have any interest to watch it again. I haven't watched the first Wonder Woman again, or 84 again. Like I've watched each one once.
I almost didn't get through 84 the first time. Never mind, watch it again.
Yeah, I just feel like that they're not made for me.
Right.
They're just not made for me. And maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, but it's just like, I just think they try to be everything for everybody, and it's hard to deal with.
Yep. You know what's funny though is they make so much because they do that though. They're making so much money. They're making another one.
Right.
I mean, that 84 movie, I'm sorry, that just wasn't a good movie. Ugh.
No, it was not good.
No.
There were elements of it that I liked. But yeah, it just wasn't good.
To the point of silly, like, I don't know. It's just, but enough negativity.
Well, I mean, like my wife wanted to turn it off. Like, she's pretty game for any of those type of movies. And
yep.
She's just like, this is not good. Yep. And there was so much build up, so much anticipation.
Exactly.
That you're like, surely it's going to get better.
I did like the first one. I thought it was good. It's certainly better for me, better than the second one.
I like historical, like wartime eras. Like I loved Captain America for that reason.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
So I love that was from that time period, so that made it better for me. But then I I didn't feel like the villain was very strong.
Yep.
The ending was weird. So
yeah, it's kind of like, you know, with the main baddie being Ares in that movie, it was just kind of odd that he wasn't in the movie until the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird, but
yeah, I agree. But what do you think of the I keep hearing these rumors that it's either one or the other. It's like the Robert Pattinson movie is so bad that everybody's freaking out, or it's so good that Warner Brothers is so excited. I'm sure you've seen some of that.
I have, and I honestly, it's weird it's hard to make heads or tails of it, because it's like you said, it just ping pongs from best thing ever done to it's a hot mess and they don't know what to do with it.
Yep.
You know, to, you know, Pattinson like being romantically linked to his co-stars, and, you know, just I don't know,
having sex in the Batmobile, and
exactly the whole bit,
all of it.
Yep. So I think the one thing that stands out, I mean, I know Joker was a great, well, I don't know about great, but Joker was a solid standalone film for what it was. But I don't know if it's just because I was such a fan, like everyone else, of the way that they built the MCU, that I kind of like the idea of things connecting together, and these standalone one-offs that have nothing to do with each other. I don't know. It's difficult for me to get behind when it just seems like without a plan. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Well, here's what I feel, and I might be way off. I don't know, but I feel like that's what they were trying to do. They realized that they screwed up. That they were trying to do that with Justice League. They were trying to make it kind of a springboard movie to kind of go off of Superman, Batman versus Superman, to try to kind of do that formula. But they realized that what they did was not working. They tried to make it funny,
right?
That tanked because it was just awful.
Yep.
And then they had some success with Joker, and I think that the executives like, oh, we had the success, but I think it wasn't
right
success. I think it was curiosity. I think, you know, people were freaked out by it, because it got a lot of attention. It spurred all this, like, is something bad going to happen because of this movie? And
right,
which, you know, if you actually go into it, like, I was freaked out. They had police outside of the theater in case somebody was going to come in as a shooter.
Did they really?
They did, because that was the big rumor that somebody was going to do this throughout the country. And that didn't happen, thank God. But I think that there was just so much buzz about it and hype because of that that's why it did well.
Yeah.
Now, to me, the idea of them doing a sequel, I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs a sequel, because it wasn't meant to be one. Like, it wasn't meant to be.
But a sequel, once again, I mean, I think it was there was a lot of the movie took a lot of flack before it was released about there was no Batman in the movie. It's how do you have a Joker movie with no Batman kind of thing.
Yep.
And it's kind of like, okay, so I think that you could play that card, but how do you do that again? Like,
right.
I don't really care to see another Joker movie without Batman, to be honest.
And I don't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of them doing, how about do a Pamela Isley film? How about do a Victor Fries film?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And base it into reality. That'd be something different that we haven't necessarily seen outside of a quick 30-second origin flashback. Yeah,
that's true. That's a good idea.
So if they did that, I'd be okay with it. But I just feel like it's going to be a money grab.
Right.
With, you know, anything else that they do with the Joker movie. But I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is phenomenal. I think he was creepy as hell.
I think he was too.
I think he's one of the,
he's probably the primary reason the movie was as good as it was.
Yeah, without any won an Oscar. You know, it's like there's a lot of talent there, and I think he did, you know, deserve to have that success. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Again, it's all just rumors. I don't think I've heard anything official.
Chris, I'm into all the all black pieces, and it definitely is a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's so freaking hard. It's I hate it. Like my eyesight's getting worse as I get older. Anyway, I don't really need. It's like Lego's just laughing at me, like, haha.
Exactly.
This fool trying all these 40-somethings, 50-somethings, trying to like put these Legos together. It's pretty funny. But this thing's getting bigger. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
I
like those
the round pieces. Yeah, the round pieces are cool.
Yep.
It's getting there. Oh, let's see. Anybody? I want to give a shout out to Ashley going to Florida today. So congratulations on getting to Florida safely, Ashley.
Hey, Ashley, what's happening?
Eric agrees they should do another DC villain origin story. There you go.
I like the idea of the freeze one.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Cool.
Archangel says, I'm excited for a sequel. Would love to see a standalone Two-Face film. Patrick Riley, a Brotherhood member, said that. Lego Calrissian says, I want to see Hawkman movie. His comics are excellent. Plenty of great stories there. Yeah, freeze film only if they bring back Arnold. That's from Arch.
Arnold.
Just chill. He could, he still looks about the same. He could probably do that.
Yeah, he could probably pull it off. If anyone could.
We've got a $5 super chat from Brad. He says, Dan sent you a Facebook DM last week. Chris, after the debate going to get your obituary graded. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I know that Brad's been working behind the scenes. I know we talked to Eric. So Brad.
I will check that, Brad. I apologize if I missed the DM. I'm going to check that.
Dan's been a pretty busy boy the last couple weeks.
Dan's been a little bit busy. Gonna be busy for about another month.
Yeah.
But
things will eventually slow down.
Like you said, such is life as a baseball family.
Yes. Summertime is difficult.
Summertime, and like I said, everybody's shot out of a cannon because they're free, at least most people, feeling very free of COVID now that they're vaccinated.
Yes, people are out and about, which is nice to see. We just, got back from Colorado.
Yeah, you had a nice trip. I heard you talking about that in your video, and you were talking about Red Rocks. Love Red Rocks.
Yes, we go to Garden of the Gods, and we went multiple times. We went 3 consecutive days and walked, hiked 2 miles, with the family. Yep. And it was just a great way to start the day. My wife had to kind of drag me a couple of times just because it's so we got out there by 7:30 each day, and it was there wasn't anybody there yet, but man, it was nice to see in the downtown area. It's I don't know if you've ever been to Manitou or not, but or that area of the country, but it's just like real quaint and it's just it was just a lot of people, and it was just really nice to see people out and about again.
Yeah, it's actually strange when you kind of first do that type of thing.
It is, and you don't really know if if what you're doing is like I'm vaccinated. Like I didn't worry, and my Ledger's got his first shot.
Okay. Cool.
But my youngest son doesn't. So I'm like, well, do we should he be more careful or
right?
And nothing really faces my wife. She doesn't really worry. I'm more of the worrier in our family. So she's like, I'll be fine. So,
yes, dear, is the right answer.
Yes, dear is the right answer. That's right. That is correct. This is kind of an interesting little piece. I don't know if you can.
Uh-oh, you broke it.
No, it's there, but it's like a little swivel. It looks like a little skateboard.
Oh, yeah, it's like a hinge.
Hinge piece. That snaps into there. That's cool. But yeah, it's just nice to travel too. I know you've been traveling a bit, and
we've been to North Carolina 2 weeks ago, and then a week and a half ago, and then we were in Arkansas this past weekend, and it was really nice. The airports were busy, but I got to tell you, it's like everybody was in a good mood. I don't know if like it's just because everybody's feeling, that first taste of freedom. And I think just being around other people, I mean, we were, even my son, who, as I mentioned, he travels for baseball quite a bit and what he does. And he said, when the team arrived in Arkansas this past weekend, middle of last week, actually, that they had, local families they brought barbecue to their hotel and cooked for the team. And you're talking like 60 people travel with that team. And yeah, local people, they all put together barbecue, and
nice.
Said it was phenomenal. Just the hospitality, was great. So it's just kind of nice,
It is nice. And like, I work in a school, and most of the schools in our area did not do this, but within the first week we were back to full time.
Wow.
My son in the middle school, he was half day there, half day at home.
Yep.
But I was, from the first week of school, I was there every day, all day long with all kids. And, our school's got about 420 kids. And so for me, it was kind of back to normal right away. Like, we still did all the social distancing, and we still did all of the procedures and the masks and everything else.
Right.
But so I know that so many people didn't have that. They were at home, or they didn't interact with people very much.
Yep.
And so for me, it's hard to remember that. It's like, oh yeah, these people haven't seen anybody or haven't interacted with people for a while.
Yep.
But it was really nice. And it was really weird too. Like, Manitou Springs is kind of tucked up in the mountain, and it's just a little area of Colorado Springs. And Manitou still had a mask mandate. But then Colorado Springs didn't. So that was, you always had to remember, okay, am I in Manitou right now? Am I in Colorado Springs right now? Kind of weird. But.
Okay,
Let's see. Anybody saying anything? Let's see. Badman, a Brotherhood member, says Clayface story would make a good Batman movie. Yes, he would.
There's just not enough Clayface in what is produced for TV, film, comic. I don't think there's enough emphasis placed on that character.
No.
Yeah. I think he'd make an awesome statue.
I do predict in the next year and a half we'll see a Clayface. I really do.
Well, I hope you are right.
I think it's going to happen. By whom, I don't know.
Right.
But I just feel like somebody's going to do it. I'm really hoping that we see some surprises from Sideshow. Are they doing a San Diego online event, or is it just because there is no San Diego event, right? I don't think they're actually having it.
I don't think there is. I think they canceled that a while back, and I haven't seen any kind of reversal of that. So, for that event, the size of the exhibit, I don't think they could unreverse it. You know what I mean? The commitments, the money that is in that place during that convention is just astronomical. And not only that, but that's a show that, most good sized cons, these days rely on, celebrities, and, San Diego relies on basically A-list celebrities,
right.
And lots of them. And unlike other cons, and I think scheduling would be an issue at this point to try and turn that back on. But
yeah, I can see that for sure. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the Sideshow will do an online. I know they're going to do an online event. I just can't remember when it is.
Right. It definitely is, Chris, a little tricky, even though, we're just kind of chatting and building, and it's still a little tricky chatting and building.
It is. It's crazy. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard, but it is.
I was kind of making fun of you when you were doing the Batmobile, but I could see why that.
Luckily I had, especially if you're doing like the, this part where, you're trying to bring up the stream and trying to read what people are saying and
get back to the directions. And yeah.
Hudson says online Comic-Con last year was apparently just awful. Well, it was not good, but they did improve it the next event. I will say that
they did a better job.
They did a better job. I have to tip my hat to especially Prime One. I think their packages that they've been putting together have been just top notch.
Yeah.
And they make it fun to watch, and I would love to see more of that.
I think Prime One jumped on the opportunity to do it better. At least that's the way it occurred to me. Like they're like, "Oh, we'll show you how this is done."
Yeah,
and,
they put some good money into it. Really good equipment.
Yep. Yeah,
so,
the production value of the video was really good, and the talent, presenter was really good. And I'll tell you one thing that I really would like to see from Sideshow is less of the trinket stuff. I don't know. It's just such a. I just want, I just shut it off. I can't.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's to the point where I feel like a lot of it is just not made for us. Like it is, it's just they're clearly trying to go for a very different audience, which is too bad, but obviously they're obviously are buyers.
Oh yeah, somebody's buying it, right?
Somebody is buying this stuff. But I don't know. I think that a majority, come for the statues.
At least you would think.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's that part's frustrating. But I think they're doing a lot of that type of stuff because I think that some of their bigger things are not selling.
Right.
And that could be because of COVID, the slowdown, prices. People are just not spending as much.
I wonder where they promote that stuff. I mean, I never see it promoted. Other than on their own website. Just all the trinket stuff, like all that, like Hello Kitty purses, and like all that stuff. I wonder where they promote it.
I think the website's it, unless they own, like, let's say Hello Kitty is promoted at their own websites, but they use the Sideshow links. That's possible,
right? Yeah, they could be doing that.
So I don't know.
Let's see.
Well, I'm gonna highlight me for a second. So there's bag 2 is finished.
Wow, my bag 2 is definitely much more sizable than yours.
Which is weird because you said that yours is less pieces, right?
Yeah, mine's less pieces than yours.
Well, let's get a Dan update real quick.
Let me. Yep. So here it is. Looking like something.
It's looking like a black orb.
It's looking like a black orb, like a whole lot of nothing right now, but that'll be the front.
It is interesting that they had you build the
stand.
The stand first.
Yep. But yeah, you see the back of the helmet there. Yeah. It's coming along.
That's neat. That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this video, guys, please give it a like. That does help people just like you find it. And it promotes the video out there in the algorithm. So thank you guys very much for that. Let me know, not these comments, but in the comments down below where you can actually type in, let me know if you're enjoying us doing Lego builds. Edwin Diaz says this will make a good paperweight.
Yes, it would.
Kind of an expensive one.
Not as expensive as some of the other paperweights in our collection.
That's right. That's true. That is for sure. I have a plethora of paper. We both do. Polystone paperweights.
Polystone paperweights.
Got a giant Doomsday next to me.
That statue made you very well.
It's crazy. But man, it's been so enlightening to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've had 5 XM pieces in the back. I still don't own one.
And you
which is again crazy. But I've had 5 in hand, and I was so weird for a long time. I did not buy XM primarily because they didn't have a lot of Batman pieces yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were doing the Samurai,
yep,
which I didn't know if I wanted to get into. But I always felt in photos that the paint didn't look that great. Mm. And I always thought, man, I don't get what people are seeing. But then now that I've had them in hand, the paint's phenomenal.
Yeah.
On these statues. Like, I've been very, very impressed. It's just a different paint style than some other companies use. Like Prime 1 is different than Sideshow. Sideshow is different than XM. Yeah. Which is weird. You would think they'd all be the same, but they're all very different texture. They're all very different paint applications.
Yep.
Which is neat. So I definitely was taken aback by how good the paint is.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have that experience when they see an XM piece for the first time.
I just don't know. I just don't know why I wasn't impressed at first. Like, I don't know what I was seeing.
Oh. Okay. Alexa, stop. I don't know. I blame you, Chris. You must have said
something. Well, you know. We're just talking about XM, and Alexa just wants to go order some. So
I think she heard XM and thought she heard her name.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right about the paint style is different. It's almost like you can tell an XM piece when you look at it. You know what's funny is I feel like Prime 1's. I'm looking around here a few of the pieces in my collection. I think that the Batman Who Laughs piece has a similar style to XM in terms of the little bit flatter colors. I mean, other than the base, you know, a lot flatter colors and a lot of detail. That to me, that's what stands out about XM is just the level of intricacy of the paint job, and a little bit flatter colors. But
yeah, I could definitely see that. Like, I'm looking at even over there, Batman. I'm looking at Arkham Knight. Like, there's a lot of shiny elements to them.
Yeah.
There's flat, but there's also a lot of shiny. So maybe that's the difference. Is like I'm looking at this, and yeah, it is just a lot of more flat.
Yeah.
But there's some sheen to it too. But I don't know. Just interesting. That's different.
Yep.
Which that's great. I mean, that's offers a lot of variety.
Exactly.
Collect what you like. What we always try to say.
For sure.
All
right. So what is that?
Building kind of this crazy looking spine thing. This is kind of neat.
Spine thing. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, for the back, for the neck.
Oh, that's going to be the back of the neck wrap here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Definitely getting some helmet vibe
That's
here now.
Cool. Oh, now you're getting it. Yep.
Yep, sure. It's really cool. I like the size of these. These are, you know, I always get mad at Lego sometimes because they, you know, if you look at the box art, a lot of times it's different than what you actually get in hand. It's the same product, but it's just like they do something with the photos. You know, it's like either they look bigger or the boxes are way bigger. And you kind of expect sometimes like, oh, you don't know exactly what you're going to get.
Yep.
But with this one, it's like I'm surprised by the size. It's bigger than I was expecting.
They're a really nice size, actually. They're really nice display. You know, they're displayable. They're like big enough to be you notice them, but they're not too big where they're a pain to display.
Yeah, it's neat.
And like I said, I have all but the Carnage and Venom. I have all the Star Wars ones.
Have you made them all?
Yep.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite? Put you on the spot. It's like picking your favorite kid.
Yeah, probably the Boba Fett. I like the Boba Fett a lot. They're all good. I mean, that's what's cool about them. There's, you've got the original Stormtrooper. The Scout Trooper is really cool. Darth Vader's cool.
It's a little weird looking though. Like I feel like it's a little. They could have done a better job with it.
It's a little weird. Some people get thrown because they did a studs facing out. It's highly studded, so it's very Lego-ish.
Yeah.
And some people, you either like that or you don't.
Yeah.
But he looks good though with the rest of them. You put them together and they make a nice display.
That's awesome.
But
yeah, I think that's what it is too. Like I feel like the other ones were just maybe a little bit more polished looking.
Well, they're just more accurate. They just kind of look more like what the reference is, I guess you could say.
But I would think Vader would be hard to achieve with the angles. Because his helmet is so distinct.
Right. Yeah.
But well, we were talking about statues earlier. Is there anything out right now, or not out, but that maybe isn't up for pre-order yet that you're like, oh, I'm so excited about that piece?
Tweeterhead Scarecrow.
Hey, yeah. You're gonna like him.
That one has my interest. What else? I mean,
now you bought the Joker, right?
Yeah.
And I bought the Joker.
I begrudgingly gave in to the quality of that piece.
Yeah.
I hate the price, but I don't know.
Price.
I only buy what I really, really love these days, just for space purposes. Because honestly, I'm at the point where I don't want to part with anything in my collection right now. It would be hard. There's nothing in here that I would say, oh yeah, that one I can see selling, sometime soon to make room or whatever. I really don't feel like parting with any of it right now. So space is kind of premium, and
I'm right there with you, except for I'm still kind of at a crossroads with my Arkham collection.
Yep.
I think at this point I think I'll probably I don't know for sure, but I think I'll probably cancel Poison Ivy.
The Arkham City one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because I really like the Hush one. So I have Scarecrow, Arkham Knight, Batman, Joker, Deathstroke, and Harvey.
Yep.
And I'll be getting in the Arkham City. So I'm trying to debate, do I just leave those and add Harley? Because I've kind of pared it down to the ones that I like the most.
Right.
I did sell my Harley, which I loved also, but I knew I was getting the other one.
Right.
So I'm like, do I keep these or do I sell them? I just don't know.
Well, how do you feel about the whole, I don't know, one aspect that, in collecting, we all like, I think we're kind of a different breed, right? But I know there's a lot of us that are completionists, got to have the line. And I just feel very fortunate that I don't have that particular gene turned on. It doesn't bug me to not have, have a whole line. I mean, do you feel like it's going to bother you not having the line?
A year ago, yes.
Okay.
Now I'm not so sure. Like now that I ripped the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
I think, and I got a lot of flack for selling Killer Croc and Mr. Freeze. Mm-hmm. But I actually miss Croc more than I do Mr. Freeze.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is well, it isn't,
but they were just so big.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't. They were kind of. I feel like they were a little bit like the oddballs out.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird, but I've kept the ones that I like the most.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, my heart right now is more into the comic book pieces that I keep seeing revealed from Prime 1. And also, you know, Queen Studios is coming out with some insane things. I'm excited to see what they do. So, but I feel like comic books are the way I need to go. But I don't want to give up that Arkham City Harley.
I think is Queen's doing a ton of movie stuff though. No,
they're doing a lot of movie stuff, but they also are going to do comics as well.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is scary. And XM doing comics,
right? And
although theirs are regional,
right? And just XM, I mean, I think they actually did a really smart thing. I know we talked about it on Rogues probably about a month ago now, but and actually I think it was Jeff Delaney that was really hitting on it. Was they did a really smart thing by, even though they were just silhouettes, but by showing us that they were doing all these different characters, it kind of gets us thinking and planning about what could we do with the line and which ones do we want, and
100%.
You know,
and I really appreciate that. Now that does go back to, you know, do you need to be completionist or not? But I absolutely love that companies are doing that.
Yeah, you talked about it too in terms of how Prime 1 did the Arkham reveals back in the day, and
yeah, and I feel like it gets people excited.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, Sideshow gets a lot of flack because they'll do that with just a word. Like they'll say,
right,
you know, Dr. Doom coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's any different than a silhouette. You know, it really isn't.
True.
But
has a different feel though somehow.
Yeah, maybe that's where the excitement level is. Maybe the excitement is with these other companies.
Right.
Because maybe collectors are just tired of waiting for some of these characters. Quite frankly.
Yep.
This is looking very base-like, so I think this is
There's
probably
your base.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bag 3.
There's your base.
But anyway, I'm excited about new releases. The one I'm kind of nervous about is that Catwoman Bat Pod. I'm really worried I'm going to love that thing.
I think that's going to be a monster piece, Chris.
I know. Could you imagine?
It has to be close to, if not 4 feet long.
Yeah.
It has to be. If it's in scale, it has to be.
You saw that wheel.
Yeah.
I just can't even. Like, it would be big at 1/4 scale.
Yep. Exactly.
It's just I can't even fathom it.
Yep.
Let's see. What am I doing wrong here? I'm having trouble getting a piece to go in here. Let's see. What I'm doing wrong. So I can't remember if you ever answered. Did you ever say if there's a piece that you're excited about?
The Scarecrow. Tweeter.
Oh yeah, Scarecrow. Yeah, Scarecrow.
Yeah. That's probably the one that pops to mind.
Now, if you get the Scarecrow and you get Joker, are you going to get Poison Ivy? Are you going to get other characters?
I might get other characters. I don't know that I'd get the Poison Ivy. And I'll tell you why. I really like, and you can see her over my shoulder here, back here. Nope, sorry, back here. Nope. I can't do this whole mirror thing right here. I've got the Sideshow Poison Ivy I really like. And I really, you know, multiple versions of the same character right now. I'm not high on that. But he's back.
Here I am. Sorry, guys. All right, you were saying over your shoulder you have a poison.
Yeah, I've got the Sideshow premium format, which I love that version of Poison Ivy so much more than I thought I was going to.
Yes.
So I'm not sure she's one that I would get, but if they're doing other villains and it's as good as that Joker, I would be very interested.
What if they did a Ra's al Ghul? What if they did a Two-Face?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Two-Face?
At that scale?
I don't know. Again, Two-Face, I've got the Prime one, the Arkham one, which I love. Like Mrs. BSC, I think that's a phenomenal piece. So I'm not sure that's one I would invest in. I mean, there's a lot of dependencies there. I mean, to me, that Joker is on a different level in terms of it's very XM-ish.
Yeah.
In terms of level of detail and what looks like, what the paint, at least what we can tell, the paint quality, just the complexity of the concept. I mean, it just seems very on a different level. And so if we're going to get something like that, then yep, I could absolutely see investing in others. And I mean, the one thing too, it's nice is the displayability of that size is going to be nice. I mean, I know it's not super small or anything, but it's not 1/3 Prime 1.
Yeah. Well, we talk about
looking like a Batman.
Like a character like, that is looking great.
Yeah, it's getting there.
I was going to say, I don't know if you just saw, I had the stand attached there.
It's an actual helmet.
Actual helmet. Yeah, it's looking like it. Still got the orange front.
All the guns.
But you take a character like Clayface.
Yep.
I don't know. I wouldn't want a 1/3 scale necessarily. It's just tough because it might be massive. I mean, let's be honest. I'd probably still buy it. But I think somebody like Tweeterhead doing that scale. Ooh, here's that gold. Here's that very first ever. Wow, that gold is really different.
Yep. Yep. There you go. It's got a sheen to it.
It really does.
Nice.
It's funny in the booklet though. It looks kind of like this weird orange with lines. They must not have that color in their printing books. But anyway, like a Clayface being in Tweeterhead scale, I think that would be very doable.
Right.
He could still be big,
and he could still be scaled properly with, the other characters.
Yep. It'll be neat to see what they all do over the next couple years.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. We got a $4.99 super sticker from Jetta Patrol. Hello to you. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Sorry if I didn't catch that earlier, so sorry about that. Looks like it was from about a minute ago anyway, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're going to do something together really soon, so I'm really excited to introduce my audience to his. So awesome. If you haven't checked out his channel, definitely check out what he's got going on over there. Great content.
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you very much for the super sticker. That was awesome of you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. That's awesome. Let's see. Oop, I forgot one piece. Good. So there's the back. Finish the back of that.
Ah, nice. Oh yeah, those gold pieces. Those
the gold, they really do stand out. That's neat. It's really cool. All right, let's see what else we got.
Yeah, I feel like Tweeterhead though is really on a roll. Seems like
I've just been really impressed, and it's interesting because a lot of the people that are working, like if you look at the people that are working on it, a lot of them are sideshow people.
Sure.
You know, and so I don't know how far back in the development it's been, but you know, Dave Igo and Tom J from Sideshow, it's neat to see them develop and working together.
Yep.
And I'm just really excited, especially for Chad. I know Chad's been working really hard to try to bring some of these pieces, and I know some of them didn't sell as well as he would have liked.
Yeah.
But now to see a complete turnaround starting with the Michelle Pfeiffer specifically. And did you see all of the factory shots?
Oh, I did. Yeah, those are cool. Yep.
So she's coming right along. Bag number 4.
Bag number 4.
Wow, there's a lot of gold. It's awesome. I can see why people really want those pieces.
Yep.
They're just so different.
Yeah, and they just don't come in many sets.
That's neat.
I just they have one of their new pieces for this year is the Space Shuttle Discovery, and there's a bunch of silver elements on it, similar to the gold. People are saying the same thing about that, where just you don't see the metallic Lego pieces very often.
It's neat.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, maybe Lego will take a clue from that and start like going crazy. Ooh, I'm doing the Iron Man eye stickers here.
Oh, stickers. Lego stickers.
I always get nervous to try to get them on straight.
Yep, it's intimidating.
But I've been doing so many of my kids' over the years that I've gotten pretty good at it. Gotten pretty good. Does Lego ever resell the stickers if you've messed them up or lost them?
You can call them. I know, like, for some, for example, I mean, mistakes happen, and sometimes if the sticker sheet doesn't get included in the set, which does not happen much. Actually, Lego's quality control is really good.
I think I've only one set out of all the ones I've ever built had one piece missing.
Yeah,
and that's so rare.
It's very rare. But if you call them, their customer service, like Sideshows, is just absolutely amazing. Really helpful. And they'll send you stuff. I had a piece missing in a set probably 6 months ago, and no questions asked. They just said, yep, what piece is it? And give them the number. All of these manuals, if you go to the back of a Lego manual, it has all the pieces in their respective codes and everything. You just give them what you need, and no problem. They mail it right to you, no cost, no nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Gives you peace of mind for, if you buy a set, you don't have to worry about it.
This kind of reminds me of a conversation I had. I'm not going to say what collector contacted me. It's a friend of mine in the community, a great guy, and he had a really bad experience recently with a product where he didn't buy direct, and went through kind of a third party, which is fine, but he's having trouble getting replacement pieces.
Yeah.
At all. And so I really said, in the future, like I always try to buy direct, because if you do have a problem, you know that there's going to be good customer service, that there's going to be hopefully the ability to get the replacement pieces. And again, that's not saying that the other companies won't try to help you.
Right.
They will go above and beyond to try to help. But a lot of times they just can't. Like there's just nothing that they can do to get the extra part or the extra base,
Yep.
And so I really felt bad for him. But it does happen. It does happen.
It was broken pieces, Chris, or
the base, it had a bunch of chips off of it.
Yeah.
And so, I just, like I said, I always try to, anymore, I just say, if you can buy direct from the company, go for it. Just because you're more likely to get your piece replaced or refunded.
Right.
And I believe that he was able to get a refund if he wanted it. He really wanted the piece. You know, he was really excited about the piece.
Sure.
So it's just a frustrating situation. Let's see.
Okay. Right.
This one's interesting because it's got gold pieces and tan pieces together.
That's not confusing at all.
Yeah, it's kind of a little confusing. Like, which one is gold? Which one? They actually kind of put like on the gold, they actually put like a cross hatching line.
Yep.
So to kind of show that it's shiny. So Lego knows what they're doing, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, they learn a little.
I give them major props for what they do. Let's see. Edwin Diaz says a lot of vintage toys have ready-made stickers you can buy. That's cool, Edwin. Archangel says, is this the Iron Man bust? What channel am I watching? We're trying to confuse you. We're doing a great job.
We're doing...
Yeah, I knew Dan was getting the Batman one. I'm like, how funny would that be? He's got Batman and I've got Iron Man.
Yep.
It was fun doing that thumbnail.
Okay.
And yeah, if anybody's wondering about the Batmobile, I will get back to it. I will continue to build it.
And you have the Batwing as well, or
I have not got the Batwing yet.
No, you're going to need the Batwing. I
know. I'm still planning on having this at school. So yeah, I didn't know if I'd have room for both.
Ah, gotcha.
But if people were wanting to see it built, I would definitely be willing to do it for the channel.
Do it for the channel.
My eyes are like, no. And this gold is just so neat. I don't know. It's probably not going to pick up on the camera, but
oh no, it's cool.
It's just such a different color. It's really cool. I love it. Let's see. So again, while people are here, I wanted to tell everybody again about tomorrow night. It is Rogues Gallery Live, and we are going to have Queen Studios on the channel. They're going to kind of preview Wonderfest. They've been doing a countdown, kind of like XM has been doing, to kind of give us a heads up of all these amazing new reveals. And it looks like they're going to be revealing some things for the first time on the show. So definitely check us out tomorrow night. And that's going to be at 7 o'clock, same time as this show, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm very, very excited. Anything that you would love to see them kind of surprise us with?
You talking to me?
Yeah. or the chat too.
I'm deep in concentration.
I know, I am too. I have no idea what I'm even saying at this point.
Queen. I mean, they've been coming out with so much. You know, one reveal after another, and
any busts that you would like to see? Maybe not for you to collect, but just that you would love to see them do. Because we can appreciate them.
Oh, absolutely. Are you
afar?
You know? Oh, their busts are incredibly impressive. I fully appreciate what they do with those busts. And I've had the opportunity. You know, we were talking about Comic-Con. I mean, I had the opportunity to see them in New York in 2019 and see a few of their busts, and just off the charts, kind of. You know, I mean, just a whole different thing. And I
want to say this about Queen Studios. that really is one of the most impressive things. So like, I remember you went to that Comic-Con.
Yep.
And you had the footage.
Yep.
And we specifically, me and you specifically talked about that Joker. Yeah. And that Joker was awful.
It was.
And we had that conversation. The community had that conversation.
Yep.
And they tweaked it. And that Joker is one of my favorites in my collection.
Oh, they tweaked it a lot. Like they didn't just change a little bit. What is in that footage and what you have sitting on your shelf, to me, are two very different things.
Absolutely. And I just absolutely love a company and respect a company that will not just settle for what they're going to do.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, guess what? They want to sell a statue.
Yep.
And so they're going to try to bring out the best that they can. And I feel like there are companies out there that from time to time they don't care. They'll just if it's bad, they'll still put it out.
What's Queen Focus from a quarter scale standpoint, Chris? What lines are they focused on right now?
It seems like movie,
right?
Movie based, like they're doing the Heath Ledger Joker in quarter scale.
Yep.
That Wonder Woman's quarter, right? The one that Delaney bought with her hand in front of her face.
Yeah, that's that one that it has both the comic portrait as well as the Gal Gadot portrait.
Correct.
Which is crazy.
Yes. So they're doing a little. I mean, I think they're primarily doing movie stuff.
Yeah.
But I know that they've teased like a Joker bust, like a comic book Joker life-size bust. They've teased some Batman, like they've teased that Dark Knight's Metal Batman on Throne.
That's a real somebody. I remember seeing somebody's comment in the group that was it might have been Delaney. That was risky, and I think that's a perfect way to capture that. That's a risky one.
It is a risky piece, but at the same time, no one else has done it.
No, it's cool as hell.
So, is it worth the risk for a company that's still, pretty new?
Maybe.
I think that's pretty exciting.
It is exciting, yeah. No, I mean, one of the pieces, that we talk about really kind of, or at least for me, I should just speak for myself, refining what I choose to PO or purchase. I can tell you one of the pieces that's kind of on my wanted list that I can't think of anybody having done one is a Batman Begins, a Bale Begins statue.
Yes.
I would be all in for that.
I'm amazed that he hasn't been done.
Yep.
The only thing I can really think about, like I used to have the quarters or was it 1/3 scale? Yeah, it was 1/3 scale Interbay. Do you remember that company?
I do, but I don't remember the statue.
It wasn't a statue. It was like a big Hot Toys. Like it was
really?
Yeah, they did the Joker too. And I had him and that Batman. And it was awesome. But that's like the only company I think that's ever done one. And that's a very popular suit.
It is, and it's my, I love that movie. And so for me, that I feel like I have a connection with that movie, but yeah, so that's kind of a Grail piece for me that I'd love to see somebody do.
Look at this right here. You can kind of see the face plate.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's got
the eyes look cool.
A little hinge right there.
Oh, there's where your hinge piece was. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. It's definitely coming along there. It's awesome. Let's see. Superman says, do you think Sideshow would listen to those complaints about Galactus' size and make him larger? Dan, you want to cover that one?
you want the short answer or the?
Sure, whatever. Hey, we got time to kill.
The short answer is I'd be surprised if they changed it, because I have to believe that they have a whole production plan. You have, the costs associated with all these things are factored in, right? And I mean, designs have been done and production schedules and materials and, you know, I mean, the amount of planning that goes into these pieces, I'm not sure that we all think about those things too often, but,
Yep.
you know, the production aspects of actually bringing one of these things to market in mass quantities is no small feat. And I just can't imagine them getting to the point where they do a reveal and then just change the scale. You would think it'd be easy, like, you know, you just change in the 3D print from a quarter scale to a third scale, but, or not a quarter scale, third scale, but you know what I mean? In this case, just changing the scale of it materially, I can't see it. I'd be very surprised. I think the only way you could see that happen is if they almost like did a retraction and said, we're going to rethink this piece, and you hopefully we have it available to you, you know, early part of next year or something, which honestly I think would be the smart move, because they may end up with a piece that doesn't sell well at all. I think that thing is I think that was a big mistake.
I agree. I think it was a giant mistake, but I don't think there's a chance in hell that they'll change it.
See, you I
don't.
Okay.
And I think the reason I think that is because it's already up for pre-order.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine, because you run the risk of ticking those people off. Like, if those people are happy because of the way it looks, I mean, they bought it for a reason. I think a lot of people didn't buy it for that reason too. So I don't know. It's tough, but I think that some companies are willing to change it because it's still in that prototype stage. Like, it's still just being shown, or they're taking fan feedback. Right. Whereas, you know, this is a piece that's already up for pre-order, so I just can't see them changing it. But I do agree. I think it was a giant mistake that they didn't make it as big as the other one.
Yep.
If they had, do you think it would have been a lot more popular?
Oh, hugely popular. Hugely popular, without question. I think they screwed up big time. But.
And what was that? That was a Kucharik Brothers, right?
Yep.
And they're great.
Oh yeah, I mean, the piece itself looks awesome. It's just the wrong scale.
Just the wrong scale. Or, like I said, what would have been amazing is if the exclusive was a small Daniel Bell Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah.
Just a shrunk down version of that.
Yep.
I think people would have gone crazy for that.
Yeah. Like a real small one that wouldn't compete with their quarter scale piece.
No.
Right.
This would be for somebody that doesn't have the Daniel Bell piece.
Right.
Because I just don't think they're going to look very good together.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, actually the opposite. I think it would detract. It just would look strange in a collection, to be honest. Yeah.
Which is just, it's too bad.
It is too bad.
I think they could have looked really cool together. And a lot of people, you know, they were very either happy to have the original and then now sell it for people for a really high price.
Right.
Or, you know, they're excited that they have it because they know it'll pair well, but, you know, not everybody can get that piece now. It's not easy to find. And that's a very old piece.
I was just going to say, that's like an OG.
Yeah. That was, I think, even out before I started collecting Sideshow pieces at all. Or at least at the very, very beginning.
Right.
So, yeah, it's very difficult to find. But I did see some up for sale that week. Really high prices.
Yeah. Oh, you're a happy camper if you've got that one in your collection.
Yeah.
People will want him for the Surfer, you know, to go with the Surfer.
Yeah. It's amazing how some pieces are just like, I mean, you look at Batman Who Laughs. It's just still very, very desired. Our friend Ashley, I just see her. Ashley's popped back on. You know, she just got hers.
Yep. Yeah, I was happy for her.
Yeah, I am too. You know, there are going to be some other versions now. We got the Queen Studios one. It looks really good. Kind of him on throne. That looks interesting. What'd you think about the ES today with Sideshow?
Holy crap, man.
7,000.
7,000. Can they still, with a straight face call that limited edition?
I don't think so.
I don't think they can either.
I was pretty shocked.
Yep.
But what did that say about the popularity of that character?
Man.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have guessed a big yes, but I honestly, I would have said like 2,500 or not.
Yeah. I thought maybe like 2,500 and maybe like 750 for the
exactly. Exactly. Yep.
Who sent that today? Eric?
Yep.
I think
Yep. That was not expected.
No. That was pretty nuts.
That one will be sitting on the shelf for a while, I think. I mean, it'll sell well, but I don't know if it's going to sell 7,000 well.
I can't imagine. But I mean, they must have some sort of indicator with what they've sold.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that blew me away today.
Yep. The Queen one looks cool. Interesting take on the Robins.
Yeah. We still have the XM Studio reveal coming up here too. Yep. That'll be at some point. I don't know. I know they're tweaking it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they've changed. I think a lot of.
Yeah, the people just hated the Robins.
People hated the Robins.
So I'm not sure if they've removed them or not. But I know I got a little peeky. Yeah. And I know that it looked so much better. Like people are going to like it way better than what they showed.
Good.
So I'm very optimistic. Obviously, again, that's a company that saw feedback and they're like, well, people are crapping all over this thing. We're not going to sell very many. Let's change it. Let's tweak it a little bit. I respect that.
Yep.
And I don't think their pride gets hurt. Right. It's like I think sometimes pride does get hurt. It's like, by God, we're not going to change it.
Right. Yeah, not a good move to stand on artistic principle probably in that business.
Well, I have an art background. I know artists are touchy. They're like, well, they don't want their art to be crapped on.
Yeah.
But also they're a business. I mean, these things are not cheap to produce.
Well, and you're selling to, I mean, think about it. The people that are buying these things are Uber fans.
Fans.
You're not spending north of $1,000 in most cases without, most people know their stuff around these characters. And, you want to cater to them, I would think,
Yep. 100%. These are getting more expensive. And again, that's why you see, what'd you call them earlier? Did you call them novelty? I can't remember what you said earlier.
The what?
All the little knick-knacky things that we're seeing these days.
Oh, yeah. Geez, I don't remember what I said. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I think that's why we're seeing more of it because.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not Uber fans that can't afford. I buy all this stuff and I can't afford it.
Can any of us really?
No.
Well, it's not so much of can as should.
Yeah, right. I mean, I could have bought a nice car with what I have in this bat cave, Went on a lot of nice vacations. How's your Batman coming along?
Oh, it's coming along, but I'm not going to give you the reveal yet.
All right.
I'm a couple pages away here.
Yeah, I think I'm getting pretty close too. Thanks again, everybody that is watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't liked the video so far, please do so. I really appreciate that very, very much. And just thank you for hanging out with us tonight. It's a lot of fun.
Fun little relaxing statue chat Lego build. thing. Kind of fun.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I figured we would. Oh, excuse me. I figured we'd probably be on similar pace.
Yeah. Yep. Similar size sets.
And it's kind of nice not to have to do 7 sessions.
Right?
And again, thank God this is not black Lego pieces.
Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now.
It makes me very happy.
Lucky guy.
Mm-hmm. What was harder? Was the Vader one harder to put together than this one?
It's similar, actually, to be honest. A little bit. There's a lot more pieces in the Vader one than this. I think. I don't remember how many. I think the Vader one has a pretty high piece count for some reason. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but.
Just go under there. A piece that's being difficult.
Oh, I hate those difficult pieces.
Yeah. If I take it off, this thing will fit. But if I leave it on,
Uh-oh.
I can't quite tell how it's supposed to go. Maybe I have it backwards.
That will happen from time to time.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I'm just going to leave it off right now. It looks good without it. I don't really know what the piece. I don't really know for sure how that was supposed to go. I'll have to take that back off here in a minute. But oh, I got to take it off anyway. I got messed up a piece. I put a tan piece instead of a gold piece.
Uh-oh. Can't have that.
No. Well, maybe that's... Oh. So that is really weird. Okay, so this is just if anybody's watching this.
Okay.
There are tan pieces. I bet I messed up other places too. Darn it, I bet I did. There are tan pieces that are gold on the front and tan everywhere else.
Really?
So let me show you. So here is the tan brick, but on the front of it, it's gold.
Wow, look at that. Wow. Goes to show you what that gold must cost them to print.
That's right. So I need to go back and rebuild that part. That makes sense. Interesting.
Uh-oh.
That didn't sound good.
Nope, that wasn't good. But the good part with Lego is, though, you can break it, and then you just have to rebuild it.
That's right. That's right.
Unlike a statue.
Yes, you don't want to break anything on that.
Nope, not so much. Not so much.
All right. I don't think I messed it up anywhere else. That's
good news.
Oh, yeah, I did. I spoke too soon.
That's what you get.
I know. But it doesn't look like it's going to be too hard to flip around, I don't think.
What?
All right. Okay. Let's see. The last time Chris left it off, Ledger was born. I'm not sure what that means. I don't want to know what that means. That's from Ark. On a roll, like always. We were talking about those Joker pieces earlier from Prime 1. Were you surprised they did 2 Jokers?
Yes, actually.
I thought that was pretty, again, ballsy.
Yeah.
To do something like that. Pretty nervous about that Batman versus Joker price point.
Yeah, because you said you're kind of committed to picking that one up, huh?
I think so.
Do you know where you want to put it?
Nope. Sorry, I realized I didn't put it back on you.
That's I am done. I have a completed Batman here.
Oh, you do, man. I'm old, but you see, I've been talking too much.
Yeah.
Look at that. It looks great.
Thing is awesome. I'm kidding. I love it.
I love how white the eyes are. It looks way better on there than it does in the box art, I think.
Exactly. I agree. It's nice size, fun little model. Yeah. Love
That's
it.
really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, the heads themselves, I mean, without all the extra parts, ears or whatever else for the base, it's probably about the size, I'd say, of a little bit bigger than a softball, maybe. So they display really great. Yeah, love it.
It's really cool.
It.
Really neat.
How are you doing over there?
I think pretty good. I have just a few more pieces, although now I'm kind of wondering if I put the
famous last words
eyes on upside down. Pretty sure I did. I think that is hopefully somewhat of an easy fix here. I need one of those tools. It didn't come with one of those orange tools.
It didn't?
No, did yours?
Yeah, I've got one right here. Yep.
No, no orange tool.
Huh. That's
weird. If I've got one over here. Let me go over here to my Batman setup. See if I've got one still.
Wow, that'd be strange if it didn't come with one.
Yeah, it didn't.
Huh. Very interesting.
Oh, this is not going to be easy.
Uh-oh.
I can't get to it with the tool. Well, maybe I can. Hold on. Let me try to do some surgery here without.
We
Knock
can't see what
everything off.
we can't see what you're doing, Chris.
Oh, well, that's true. Let's see. There we go.
There you go.
Well, I might just. I think I got the eyes upside down, but I think. Yep, I do. Darn it. All right. Well, let me finish this part. Oh, it's frustrating. Get to the end. And mess it up. Well, to be fair, you did say there was less pieces, so I'm glad it's taking a little bit.
I had 70 less pieces than you.
I'm having trouble here at the end. Let's see. It's a little frustrating when some pieces don't quite want to cooperate.
Especially when it's right at the end.
I know, everything else has been going so smooth. Just a very tight fit. It doesn't want to cooperate. Let me try this here. Anybody say anything fun in the chat while I'm struggling here?
I actually don't have the chat up, Chris. I have to be honest with you.
Oh. It says capitalism. Ketling says living vicariously through the BSC. Don't rush it, Chris. Okay. All right.
Yeah, don't rush it. We don't pull a hammy.
I know. Just don't know why it's not going down in there.
Is this one that broke off? Or
no, it's just this little. It's got a lot of moving parts. It's got this thing that wiggles, and then it's got this thing that moves. So I think it's just one of those things where it's got to be.
Is it for the chin?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the last part on this one too, and it was tricky.
Yeah, it's just this little chin piece that comes forward.
Yep.
The little black piece that's supposed to fit in there just isn't wanting to go in.
Yep, mine was tricky as well. It clips on either side, and
yeah, and it seems like it would just fit easy, but it is not wanting to. Sorry, I feel like I'm leaving you hanging here.
that's all right. No worries. No, we'll get to the finish line here. Not at all.
So
Actually,
weird.
coming to you from, I just bought Apple's new iPad. So doing this on an iPad,
So what do you think?
really cool. Oh my God, the picture's unbelievable.
Picture looks good.
They've got a new, it's this new mini LED screen where it's got 10,000 mini LEDs that make up the screen. It's just ridiculous. Crazy clarity.
I am an Android person,
Ah,
but I did get like the second version of the iPad, and I did like it for a while.
many moons ago. It's very different experience now.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, very, very different. It's got, they just, this past week, they had one of their big conferences out on the West Coast, and they announced updates to FaceTime, and some of them are included in with the new iPad, where it's got the camera when you're doing FaceTime. It's 122 degree field of view, and it will follow you around the room.
Wow.
So kind of like the the autofocus on some nicer cameras that do the eye focus and can follow the subject. It does that, which is really cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
right. I'm going to take a few things apart to see if I can get it to go in right. Other things that are not supposed to pop off, popped off.
Again, we can rebuild it. We have the technology.
That's right. All right, let's see if I can get this to go. Yeah, definitely the chin piece. Oh. All right, well, I think that's probably pretty close. Let me see. All right, now I just got to build the other side real quick. Okay. Gee, Merry Christmas.
You're doing each side of the chin separately?
Yep, each side
Oh, that's interesting.
is separate.
On the Batman, it was two sides, but it had you clip the sides together and then put the whole thing on as one.
That's cool. Yeah, these are like little flaps that
that's
go like that.
That's exactly what this is. But they had to clip them together and then put it all on at once.
That sounds easier. I like that.
Seems to make more sense.
Yeah.
You have to clip it to one side and then connect it in the middle.
This is just it's really a tight fit.
Yep.
So that's what the problem is here. But just a few more pieces here and I'll have it. In theory.
In theory.
All right. All right. I think I'm going to do it a little differently this time and try to put one piece on at a time. Maybe this side will be easier. Well, that side went in easier.
It sounded good.
Yeah, that part is good. I just got to do this part. Why is that a little different? Maybe. All right. All right. Try this again. Other than I still have the eyes wrong.
You think that's going to take a major engineering effort to fix the eyes?
I'm going to have to take a few things apart.
Yeah.
But not awful. But all right, stay in there. Come on. They popped out. Come on.
Boy, that one side doesn't want to stay on, huh?
So weird.
Uh-oh.
Weird.
Now you're
know
frozen. Oh, there you go.
Why? Again, it's just like the pieces are like butted up against each other. See, like snap, like there's two pieces that snap together, and as soon as I snap it together, it pops off the other side. All right, try one more time. It's pretty comical at this point.
The anticipation is building.
I know. Everybody's like, come on, moron, get this together. Now another piece popped off. Put that back on. All right. One more attempt here. See if I can hold it together. Pops on. All right.
Oh, no way.
I had it. Oh, my Lord. Let's see. Just pieces keep popping off left and right. This is what happens when I do an Iron Man piece.
Yeah, see, exactly. It's karma.
It is. It's going against the universe.
That's what happens.
It's like this is just.
Yeah.
This is just embarrassing at this point.
How many BSCs does it take?
Yeah, just to get a freaking chin guard on. Man. I probably have
at least it says 18 plus on the packaging, so you have that going for you.
That's right. Jeez. It just will not stay on. I can't believe it's this hard. All right. Everybody hold your breath.
Everybody hold your breath and try not to touch it.
Yep, don't touch it. I got to put one last piece on that fell off.
Uh-oh.
The next sound's going to be me against the wall.
The Iron Man going for a ride.
That's right. All right, let's see if this is what it's actually supposed to look like. Yeah, pretty much. I think it might supposed to be closer a little bit, but gee, many Christmas. Here we go. The big reveal. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that looks awesome.
There he is. So it's these little hinge pieces that are difficult. So I think I did the eyes wrong.
Geez, you wouldn't know it. Looking at it.
I think they're supposed to be. Oh, hold on. Yeah, they're supposed to be flipped. So they're supposed to be arced up instead of
arced the other way.
Arced down instead of arced up.
Yeah.
So I did put those on backwards. But that's really cool.
It looks cool though.
It does.
Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, what a cool little project. Love it.
Yeah, these are really fun.
Yep. Yeah.
Hold up your Batman again.
Love him. Yeah. Yeah, there he is.
It's really cool.
I think he's cool. Yep. Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. It's gonna look great on the shelf.
Yeah, it's great. So these are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great builds, fun build.
Absolutely.
Took us what? 2 hours and ish, about 2 hours.
2 hours or so, yeah.
Once we probably started about 10 after 7.
Yeah.
So I apologize for keeping you so long tonight.
No, this has been a ton of fun, man.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thanks everybody that tuned in to watch. Really appreciate that again. We are going to have Rogues Gallery live tomorrow night, and we'll have Queen Studios on the show, giving us all sorts of reveals and talking about Wonderfest. We're also going to answer your question with a live Q&A. We'll also probably look at some photos and do all of our other Rogues Gallery shenanigans. But anyway, just thank you guys very much for tuning in tonight. Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, that's I think that's a wrap. This was a blast. Maybe we'll have to drag you onto the another stream to finish up the Batmobile, or at least make some progress. And
that's right. Maybe Nick, one night you're available, let me know, and maybe you can you can kind of watch the chat, and I can
that'd be fun. Absolutely.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Rogues Gallery Live. Happy baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. See you again next time, guys.
That's right. Good night, everybody. See you in the back cave. Good night.